Hey, I wanted to make this video while it's still fresh in my head. So today, while heading to work, rushing as usual right after shower, I came across this old lady playing a beautiful classical tune on a grand piano in the hospital lobby. She had an entire cart with her of musical books which she changed one by one to play her favorite tunes. She didn't care about the people walking by or the listeners. It was as if she was in her own little world, unbothered in the slightest by the bustling environment around her. She seemed so elegant and gracious and leisurely. And whether she did it knowingly or not, her elegance and leisureliness rubbed onto me as well through her music, more so because it was a Monday. All of a sudden, I decided to put down my bag and listen to her performance, even for a few minutes. And for those few minutes, I tried to embrace that very fleeting moment which we often neglect and take as granted. What do you think of when you hit Mondays? Maybe you always picture yourself preparing your mind and body for the busy week ahead. Perhaps you even dread Mondays because you're not satisfied with your job, or maybe there are coworkers you don't get along with. Maybe it's the fear of whatever challenges you will come across for the week. Either way, Monday for me at least has never been my favorite day of the week. And one of the reasons is because I don't like the bustling nature of Monday mornings. Nowadays, there are lots of people who embrace the hustle culture, and that's completely fine, right? Even I'm forcing myself to go to the gym for at least 30 minutes, 3 times a week to stay in shape. But since I live on the first floor of an apartment, it's just very clear for me when morning comes. And it's not always a pleasant feeling to wake up to the sound of the world, if that makes sense. So I usually wake up to the sound of construction workers or just people chatting, because I usually have my windows open. So I guess it could be my fault, but regardless, that's usually what I wake up to on Mondays. Even if I'm not, fully prepared to tackle the day, right? And so it's as if the world is determining the time at which my life should flow and not me. And so perhaps that's part of living in a society. Sometimes that can be exhausting for some of us, right? And meeting this old lady, pianist, has kind of shifted my perspective on life in general. The morning breeze, the sound of construction workers, who cares about all of that? They certainly shouldn't change how I go about my life. So that was just a little diary entry that I had written after today, after what I experienced. But I think an important aspect that we sometimes forget is our life, or how we're going to tackle the day really depends on us, right? No one else. And so seeing this lady, just leisurely playing the piano, which was very contrasting to the usual bustling nature of Mondays, kind of was very nice to witness. And whether she did it knowingly or not, I caught a couple other people along myself, including myself, that were just very that had just stopped in their tracks to listen to her finish a few pieces, and and a few of them even clapped at the very end, and so that was pretty cool. And so, yeah, own your day, people.